Alright, what's going on, guys? WeBull's back again, and yeah, no, the traps are in full force when it comes to BBS, and as you see here, this is posted by Soldex, I think like a couple days ago, and this is supposed to drop literally in 2 days, so we should be getting news for this literally in, it's currently 2:59 a.m, so we might be getting news either tonight or we might be getting news the next day. Either way, I do want to talk a little bit about these characters. This is going to be, in my opinion, an easy skip. However, if you are a new player, you might actually find some value here, mainly with the Uryu or the Kenpachi, because these are green link slot units. So if you've been playing this game for a while, green link slot units are pretty rare, considering that one of them is Can't Fear Your Own World, the other is Spirits Are Forever With You, and the other is Cacao Society. So as of right now, getting a green link slot potion unit for speed potions can be a bit tricky. So let's just quickly go over some of these characters. I'm not going to spend too much time on the characters that I don't think are worth talking about. So yeah, going into this Szayelaporro, he does have Frenzy and he does have Havoc 20%. I do think that he's actually fairly good despite being relatively like outdated. No real damage multipliers on him, but he does have a 3000 link beam. He has the revive mechanic on his special, poison on all of his attacks, so you can actually make some use of him for content like Senkaimon stages, because his second strong attack is a crawling vortex. Usually I don't really like crawling vortexes, but on poison units for boss stages can be pretty helpful for new players, in my opinion. Third strong attack isn't a full screen, it's a 1080. I mean, I guess it's kind of beyond full screen. It's a 900 AoE radius strong attack around himself, but with Havoc 20%, at the very least, it does go above 1000, which is good. Alright, next, Aaroniero. I actually like his kit. He's a bit outdated because he doesn't really have any damage multipliers. He doesn't have Havoc either, which is kind of unfortunate considering that he came out along with Szayelaporro. Heal on his special move, weakening on all of his attacks. First strong attack is going to be the 2500 length beam. No Havoc would be 3000 if he got Havoc, which would have been great. Second strong attack is going to be a vacuum into shockwave explosion. This actually deals a lot of damage, especially to bosses, but just keep in mind this won't really do that well in content like in co-op. Third strong attack, standard full screen third strong attack. So okay, like fair enough. Alright, so I mean, yeah, I actually kind of like this Aaron, I'm not gonna lie. Next, we do have the Kenpachi, and let me try to pull up the Uryu. Alright, so honestly, this Uryu is actually pretty good. He does have some damage multipliers, right? Berserker 20%, Frenzy, Havoc 20%, and he also has increased status summon chance against speed attribute hollows, and he has the speed link slot potion skill, whereas Kenpachi only has the speed link slot potions +5, and he does have flurry. For epic raids, this Kenpachi is actually pretty good, like pretty good as an auto character, because you can just give him a bunch of last ditch and then in epic raids he should be fine. As an IZ carry, I think that this Uryu is actually pretty fine as well, but honestly I feel like both of them do the job just fine if you're trying to do content like epic raids. Yeah, if you want to get him to T15, by all means I would recommend it. Just give him like weakened defense, so that way you can provide some added value for the soul bombs. His soul bomb ain't really all that great. If you have him like 2 out of 5, 3 out of 5, then I can see him dealing damage. Kenpachi though, keep in mind he is a NAD character, so weakened defense in my opinion is going to be the way to go for content like epic raids. Next, Zennosuke. He was one of the best healers in the game. Berserker 40%. Oh my lord, there we go. Guard break, Havoc 20%, Frenzy, Medic, Heal, and Barrier, second strong attack. I actually still like this character. I feel like he's just fallen off because like he doesn't really have any status elements, and I feel like it's kind of necessary in this meta. Shunsui, I kind of like this character, but I feel like the lunge for strong attack, I don't know why. I just don't like it anymore, but I don't think he's a bad character by any means. Next, Don Kanonji, increased status element chance against heart attribute hollows and Aronkars, so that's actually pretty good considering he has lacerate. So when you're doing content like IT, for example, if they don't require like Nels or whatever, then you can actually make pretty good use of this character if the enemy is either a hollow and Aronkar, just because lacerate will actually like completely lock down the boss from being able to do their one-shot mechanic skills. And yeah, no, I personally like this Don Kanonji. I don't think he's really OP or anything like that. I feel like he's more gimmicky than anything. And you have him driving around in his little carrito, and I think that is really cute. Debilitator plus 2 seconds, Frenzy, Guard Break, Havoc 20%. I still feel like in terms of his kit, this character is probably the most confusing character. Like if I go into his first strong attack, he has the 18% magnification first strong attack. Good for dealing status elements, good for a little bit of crowd control, but his second strong, okay, so like, but the 18% is like kind of like to push away the enemy as well. His second strong attack is going to be the shockwave style ability that I was talking about with Aaroniero, except he doesn't have the vacuum. So you have to be deep in the enemy's cheeks when it comes to actually dealing really good damage with this character, or at least with his second strong attack. And then his third strong attack is a standard full screen third strong attack. His second strong attack, you want to be deep in the enemy's cheeks, but he's a ranged character, and his first strong attack is to kind of keep the enemy away, push him away, and then his first strong attack is to, obviously, is push the enemy away. It's just weird, because whenever I see this first strong attack with something like this second strong attack, I feel like Caleb is just confused. Like, this is the time where I feel like a lunge would be pretty good, because then you'd be able to approach the enemy with some invincibility frames and then use your shockwave ability to deal massive damage. Instead, this pushes the enemy away, so you actually have to flash step in and hope to God that the enemy doesn't clip you with an attack while you're trying to approach. That's the only reason I don't really like this character. But for content like the last stage in the hardest tower of Senkaimon right now, floor 25 of Iceberg of Perversion, then I'm cringe. I get it. His special move also has the debuff mechanic. I do like this character. I think his design is pretty cute, but I do feel like his kit is just a bit confusing for me. Next, and obviously the main reason that people are probably going to summon on this banner, despite me saying that this is an easy skip, Yoruichi and Soi Fon. I actually love these characters. I think their designs in terms of gameplay is just clean, and I think that I'm not gonna lie, the design aesthetically of this Soi Fon is still probably my favorite Beyond Bankai character to this day, including like Aizen. I think that this Soi Fon, just like if there was power beyond Bankai, I feel like Caleb just designed this Soi Fon 100% perfectly. I think she's just perfect. I think she's a perfect unit. So yeah, next, Yoruichi, Frenzy, Havoc 20%, Berserker 40%, with the increased status element chance against Mind Attribute enemies plus 10%, with status element Spiritual Pressure boost plus 80%. I feel like getting the Disabler against the attribute that you're strong against is probably the skill that you kind of need for the status element Spiritual Pressure boost 80% to be consistent. I get that Ichigo and Yamamoto, you can use your Soul Bomb and then you get your status element Spiritual Pressure boost. But for normal play, I feel like you're kind of lacking consistent damage because you're locked behind not being able to proc your status element within the first couple strong attacks that you do. And this Yoruichi literally, even though she might not have like the 960 homing vortex, that Disabler actually allows her to be consistent, and I really like that. She also has damage inflicted at full stam 20%, so you can actually stack that up to 45% base. So this character actually hits incredibly hard. She also has weakening on all of her attacks, which is good. Going into her soul tree, she also has Team Party recover 20% stamina, so it's very easy to keep her full stamina damage boost. She has Marauder, and she also has Sprinter +1, and since she's a Yoruichi / Soi Fon unit, these characters come innately with 3 flash steps, meaning that this character has 4 flash steps and all this crazy damage multipliers. Now, for her first strong attack is going to be a 750 AoE distant for a strong attack. The second is going to be an 870 AoE radius lunge, and then her third strong attack is going to be a standard full screen strong attack. She has a very strange kit. First strong attack is going to be the same as Kenpachi. Second strong attack is going to be the same as Yamamoto's, where he is just a massive lunge. I personally don't like lunges, but I give a pass to this one in particular just because the AoE is incredibly large, and yeah, no, it's literally just because it's a big damage AoE. That's pretty much it. I'm not gonna lie. And then yeah, standard full screen third strong attack. I actually like this Yoruichi a lot. Now going into Soi Fon, she is the no affiliation. Pretty much, I feel like she's kind of designated to Guild Quest. I personally love her aesthetic and her design, but I will admit that she is not really the craziest OP red unit. I think that she's just well designed. She has Flurry +1. She has Bruiser of 40%, and she also has Power Attribute Captain Normal Attack Damage plus 20%. The boost slash barrier also has multi-barrier, meaning that you're giving your allies 3 barriers and herself 5. I actually really love that. She has Poison Paralysis on all of her attacks except for her boost, and they also decided to give her Poise and Strong Attack Recharge minus 12%. She has Debilitator plus 5 seconds, which is pretty good for a character that has Poison, and then she also has obviously Enhancer for the boost. Going into her soul tree, she has guard break as well, so for PvE she should do fairly well, especially for like you can probably use her in content like extreme co-op like it's going on right now. Just keep in mind that she doesn't have nullify melee resistance, so that could be an issue, but you're giving your team a boost and you're also giving them multi-barrier, which is pretty cool. Her first strong attack is going to be a 2500 length beam, and this is going to be the same as I believe Retsu's. Yeah, this is the same beam as Retsu and Aizen. Just keep in mind that she doesn't have Havoc, right? So it's 2500 length beam instead of 3000, but you do keep quite a bit of the width, which is really good. Second strong attack is going to be an 800 AoE distant second strong attack. I personally like it, especially for a boost skill. And then third strong attack is going to be 5th anniversary Byakuya's, where it's going to be a vacuum into explosion. Really good for a NAD character in my opinion, because you crowd control the enemies, you bring them into one spot, and as they're getting up you're already using your NAD string and then taking them down. Like I said, for the design of this character, I personally like this character a lot. She's definitely probably one of my favorite designed characters in terms of aesthetics for the entire Beyond Resurrection, Beyond Bankai, maybe Beyond Fullbring, Beyond whatever Stern Ritter. We'll see what they come out with. I'm really hoping that KLab does at some point come out with some crazy cool Beyond Fullbring stuff. I would love to see a Chad or a Hime. I would love to see like a Beyond Quincy, maybe even a Uryu. But I mean, like 7th anniversary Uryu is a perfect example of like Beyond Fullbring, Beyond Human, Beyond Quincy. I don't know how Caleb's gonna expand that later, but I mean, it is what it is. But I'm gonna leave it at that. Guys, grind on catch up. Stay blessed. Like, comment, and subscribe. Maybe I'll enjoy this video. Have a great day. See ya. The next one. Peace.